Hi Stampers! I'm back today with another card sketch to inspire you to make cards with more ease. Welcome to Stampin' with Diane. I'm Diane Evans and I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up Demonstrator. If this is your first time stopping by, I'm so glad that you found me on YouTube. I hope that I can give you inspiration to make cards and other paper crafting projects. Make sure that you do subscribe to the YouTube channel below so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. When I design a sketch, I actually start by making the card first. Now, the reason I've got this opened up to this page is because I'm going to be using this Peony Garden Suite. And I'm just going to move that actually out of the way. But when I do design a sketch, I start off by making the card and then I put it into a sketch. So this is a sketch that we did last week. And when I put the sketch together, I give you different sizes and everything else that you would need to make this sketch. So with the card that we're going to make today, this is the card that we're making. Using this sketch into this. And actually there's like tomorrow I'm doing another blog post and I'm going to be showing another card using this sketch, but you may not even recognize that it's the same sketch, just for the fact it's a completely different stamp set. So every time that you change your stamp set, you turn around and you make just a completely different card. So to make this card, you're going to need this prize Peony bundle. Remember, when you do buy the stamps and the dies together, you get a 10% discount. We're also going to be using this dainty diamonds embossing folder. It's so pretty, and I don't know if you can see it that well there, but yes, you can see it. Okay, so it's kind of, I was told that this is a blasé card, but probably by my worst critic, but I just wanted the peony to pop out. So what you're going to do to need to make this card is not only like the Peony Suite, but also Rococo Rose blends, the old olive blends, and a yellow. And I wasn't specific with the yellow that I used. So the paper that we need, or the cardstock that we need, is, I'm using gray granite, and it's at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So make sure that you do fold into the mountain, and I'll bring in my bone folder, and we'll just get that done like that. I also have another piece of gray granite, and it is 1.5 by 4 inches. I've layered it on with basic gray, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I've used basic gray also as my scallop circle. Now, I use the layering circle dies for this, and this happens to be the 3 1/4 scallop circle, and then I used Whisper White, and this scallop is a 2 3/4 scallop. You're also going to need some Whisper White. Now, don't worry about these measurements because I will be providing a link to my blog below where the measurements are all going to be. Plus, also the card sketch will be there as well. So this Whisper White is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I've got some scrap Whisper White that I cut out these dies. Now, always, if I know that I'm going to make more than one of a certain thing and cutting them out, I always make myself a template, and then I'll show you how I use it with my Stamparatus. And then we're also using the Peony Designer Series paper. Now, I happen to use the not so pretty side, but I use this side because it just coordinated very well with this card. So I'm going to show you how, I'll put this card right up here in the corner here. I'm going to show you how I use the Stamparatus. Now, I do have a video on this, on how to make a template with your Stamparatus. And I find that the best thing for especially classes that I do this for, but I also do this if I'm going to stamp this out or stamp it a few times. Now, I happen to be making some pizza box gift with this Peony one. So what I want to do is I want to be able to just stamp it out a lot quicker. Now, I seem to have misplaced. Oh, here it is. This one here. So because I'm using the Stampin Blends, of course, I am using the Memento ink. This is a water-based ink, and with our alcohol markers, the Stampin' Blends, they're alcohol. So that way, what's going to happen is they're not going to blend together. Now, another key that's really, really important with this is that you make sure that the Memento ink onto the stamps are good and dry. Otherwise, you can still get a bit of bleeding at the very, very beginning. So I'm going to get that all stamped up, and then we'll get that done for the card. Now, I like just applying an equal pressure. And we'll just do that and see how that's doing. You can always tell if you're missing ink, and it's usually on the stamp itself. So you don't really need to go and re-ink it up. You just need to put it back down onto the stamp. That's pretty good. I can see that I've still missed a bit there. And like that. And then I just take this out of the template, and then I'm ready to go again with some more. And you know, it saves you having to line it up every single time that you cut it out. So once you've got your template made, it's very, very easy. Now, I'm also going to take this, and I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to use, and it's the Peaceful Moments. I'm just going to use, I need a congratulations card. I thought this would actually be a really nice sympathy card as well. But fortunately, I don't need to have one of those. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm just going to stamp my congratulations. And I'm going to do that also in Memento ink. And I'll just put that down on the corner here. Now, hopefully I can get that straight with being on camera. We shall see. Well, it's not bad. Let's try it again onto the back side. And if it's not okay, the other one was pretty good. So, but like I say, I can't get my head right over the edge there. So, yeah, that's better. Okay. All right, so let's get that so that the die or these parts are dry. Actually, for the sake of this video, I've gone ahead and I've colored some ahead of time. But this coloring on this peony is a little interesting. It's a little bit different than what I usually do with my coloring. So I'll go and I'll show you how that works. So I'm just going to layer my basic gray onto my gray granite. This is the new Stampin' Seal, and like I say, I just have to find the angle to use mine. It's, I think the whole key to using this is not to press as heavy as what you had to do with the old style snail, because at that point you really had to press heavy, and you shouldn't have to do that with this. Now with the Whisper White, I run it through the embossing folder, the Dainty Diamonds. That's the one layer. And I also use the Dainty Diamonds on the circle as well. So just put that on. And this is pretty, it's a very, very slight embossed image on the back side of it. So I'm not going to go ahead and use glue or my tear and tape on there. It's not necessary on this particular one. On this side, yes, but not on the other side. Now with this designer series paper, I ended up putting that there in the middle. I know I'm covering up this beautiful paper, but you know, I'm getting better and better at using my designer series paper, that's for sure. And this just looks so much better than that. See, if it was designed like that with this image on there, it just wouldn't look right. So just put that in there in the middle. Always find when you use a tape runner, you should always burnish on there. Now I will be putting this here, but I think I'm going to tie ribbon around like I did on this particular card. But I'm going to do it just a tiny bit different. This is that, I tried coloring it and I didn't quite like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how this looks. I don't know if it's going to look any good if I do it around twice. No. Okay. So I think I'm going to do a faux bow with this as well. or I'm gonna, I find the faux bow's just not enough with this ribbon, so I think maybe what I'll do is I'll tie a ribbon and then I'll put it on with a glue dot. So let's just put this like that. There, and we'll just cut that off. Kind of redoing this whole card as we're on video. All right, so I always put the tear and tape over top of the ribbon so that it doesn't come off. How many times do you see a piece of ribbon that's falling off of a card? This is not going to come off of this card now. Okay, so I can go ahead and put that down. I think I'll take that part off. Just use my take your pick tool. And let's put that onto there. Now it looks like I left, no, it's okay. I'm gonna put that about there, I think. I just want to go in and see. Yeah, that'll be about right. And lift that up just a bit more. Whoops. Now, I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to make a bow with these bunny, I'm going to do a bunny ear bow. And then we can attach that on with a glue dot. I'll see if that looks a little bit better than doing the faux bow with this. Just have to play with that just a little bit there. And the key to bows is always to make sure that you tie it tight. So once you've got it to about the size that you want, is just take it and do it tight. There we go. So yeah, I think that'll be better on there. So I'm gonna just got that like that, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to, now did I with this? No, I'm gonna put this circle right onto there. Yeah, I think once I've got this angle of the way that this Stampin' Seal works, it works 100% better. And I'm going to attach that right to the front of the card. See, I didn't have the right angle there. And there. And I keep pressing too hard. It definitely is a bit of a learning curve for me, but I think it'll be okay once I get going with it. Okay, so we've got that on there, and then let's put this here. And by that time, this ink is going to be good and dry so that we can go ahead and do our coloring on it. Sometimes it's really even good. I know sometimes it's not that economical or that great to do it that way, but I've stamped ahead and then I kind of leave the images for at least a day. Not that you have to, you don't have to. So I'm just going to put that down there like that. Yeah, that's better than that, right? Okay, so now with the blends, I have gone ahead and colored some ahead of time just to save time in the video, but I'm going to go and show you how I colored this particular one. So I've got those there. Now, the one thing that I found with these peonies is that they've got so much great shadowing there already. So I'm just going to put the yellow on the inside of where the stamens are. And I'm going to use my Rococo Rose. And I'm just going to color all with the light. There's leaves actually attached to this, so. And just want to make sure that I'm in the camera, yeah. This is not like a normal coloring. This one's got so much shading that you don't need to do as much coloring as what you've had to do in more solid type images. So I just went in with the dark, with the lighter end, and I kind of just went in where the dark part was, just to give that added color. Now, when I originally did this, I didn't even go over top of it with the light, because I usually go light, dark, and then light, because with the blends, you want to make sure that you're good and saturated with it, right? So, not taking too much time to do this. But I found those dark spots were really good. And another thing with this particular color, it goes on dark and it dries a lot lighter. So don't be alarmed at how dark this goes, because it does. But you see, I go over it with the light color and I go in circles. And it's okay to leave spots that are white as well. And then we're just going to color the leaves where I use the light and dark old olive. Pretty simple how this one was done too. Just go in. And then I'll go back in with this. And I come in with the tip, and always, to get it so that you don't have lines, is color in the circles. And that's how you can blend your colors up. So I've got these ones already done up. Oops, I didn't get one more green. I need another leaf. I definitely need another. Oh, I got one here. Okay, so now I'm just going to put those on with dimensionals. But see how light that starts to go? It really does change color quite a bit. So let's pop up our peonies with our dimensionals. Oops. And I think, whoops, I think I even popped up some of my leaves, but we'll see how that goes once we get this main flower together. And okay, so we'll put this about here. And I'm going to put my other one where the smaller one is over top of it to give a bit more dimension. Where we're going to do it over about there. And then I did come in with these leaves. And I used the smaller ones. I found that they were better. So, and I'll just put them over. Whoops. And do that there. And let's flip these over as well. I love coloring with these blends. I should do more watercoloring, but I just find the blends make it, I call them cheater pens. They really, really do make things look so much easier. So I'm just going to put this one down there. We'll put the bigger one kind of off to the side there. There. And let's put this one on there as well. I think I'll just put one there. And put this up there. Whoops. Put the leaf in backwards. Okay. There. You know what? Thinking more in there. And I might even just bring this guy up a little bit. Oops. There we go. There. All right. Now, if I wanted to, I could add some of those gems. Those really, really pretty gems on there. Let's bring them in and see what they'll look like. I didn't on the other card, but I think this would look quite nice with this. I definitely wouldn't use the colored ones. Maybe, let's see, go with these, whoops, these clear ones. These elegant faceted gems are just they're gorgeous. Let's put one up there, and let's use a couple of small ones. Yeah, I can see myself going through an awful lot of these, and let's, now where do we want to put that? I like bundling two of them together. There, I think we'll put it there. Yeah, that's just a little bit different, that's for sure. So I hope that has inspired you to like use a sketch. When you use a sketch, it makes it so much easier to put your card together. But I do hope that it has given you inspiration to do a card. Comment below, give me a thumbs up or give me a heart, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are notified every time that I upload a video. And also, if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I give away tutorials every month for any size online order, just as my thanks to you. And this month actually it's masculine cards that we're doing. So it's really kind of nice to get some ideas for masculine cards because a lot of people do struggle with those types of cards. So have a great day. Bye for now.